Where are we going?
We are going to watch Fed Up.
My brother wanted to watch Neighbors, but we had to,
And this truly was my second choice.
Lies.
Second to last choice.
Lies.
But that's okay. Yeah, so we're, at least Claudia and I are very excited to watch it. We've watched...
At least Claudia and I. At least half the people in this car are happy.
At least 2/3 of the people in this car.
Well, we watch a lot of documentaries.
We do watch a lot of documentaries, and from
I
all...
saw Blackfish.
You're not eating Shamu though.
Has nothing to do with what we're going to see, but
no.
I like documentaries too.
And we have seen a lot of the trailers and a lot of like the information. We watched a pretty good interview with Katie Couric on Bloomberg yesterday. So everything that we've seen really aligns with a lot of the stuff that we already feel. So we're excited to maybe get some new information, some new ammunition, and when we're all done, we're gonna give you a review. So what are you expecting, Carlos? What are you expecting from the film?
I don't really know a whole lot about the movie, only from what y'all have told me about the movie. And I guess what I expect is to get educated on things that I know nothing about as far as the food industry. So I'm hoping to get a glimpse at what actually goes on behind the scenes in the food industry.
There you go.
And hopefully we're not too late because we just hit a train.
It's true.
Lame.
Thank you, Train on Shepherd. You never fail. All right.
So, and Claudia, what do you expect? It's a train.
I can drive and film.
I think I'm expecting, well, for me, my brother is a type 2 diabetic, so I know that this film is a lot about sugar and how sugar is pumped into almost all the foods that we eat every single day. Artificial sweeteners, high fructose corn syrup. So I'm really hoping that just exposing the terrible usage of sugar in the American diet and how it's led to so much so much of the health problems that we have now. So I'm really hoping it's good information for my brother, and I just want him I just want the seed to be planted, right? So he can take all this information home with him, and when he goes to the grocery store, he's more mindful before he puts food in his basket, along with everyone else in America and around the world.
So we will we'll give you a recap when we're all done. We'll let you know what we think.
So we just left the movie theater.
Yeah. So
Reactions, thoughts.
Reactions, thoughts. Carlos, you wanna hit it first?
My initial reaction to the movie was how much sugar goes into the food, and then how it's hidden in foods. You know, they substitute, sugar substitutes and sugar itself, and it blows my mind to think that I'm 41 years old, and it just over the years, the amount of sugar that I've actually put into my body, and I am diabetic. And all of that just contributed to my health and the way I am now, because now I'm on dialysis, I'm overweight, I'm diabetic, I have high blood pressure, and all of that had to do with the food choices that I made throughout my life. And that's what it showed me, and a lot of it had to do with the government and like advertisement. How they showed that it was okay to eat those kind of foods, and to grab that snack on the run, and then they try to make it healthier for you, and it's like it makes it worse.
Yeah.
It's 10 times worse. Just because they slap a healthy label on it doesn't mean that it's healthier.
Okay, so just got out of Fed Up. What are your initial reactions?
My initial reactions are anger. I think I was angry for a couple of reasons, being a minority, being Latino, and the cultural mindset. something that really stuck out to me was that they were targeting more junk food commercials towards the Latino community during primetime hours than they were American families. And I feel like they're playing on that particular vulnerability. And it was upsetting to me, just coming from a family that has high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and just a ton of health issues, and just big government. It's upsetting that it's like a, you know, I forget what exactly it was that they said in the movie, but, you know, they try to feed you all these processed foods, but make it seem okay because they're donating all of this money to make you more aware of, you know, making healthier choices and healthier decisions and reduce sugar, but eat all of our foods because it's healthy. It's just, it pisses me off, actually. So that's my reaction, just anger. And it's heartbreaking to see a lot of the kids being overweight and trying to be active. They're aware that they have a problem, but the food industry does not make it easy for them. And it doesn't make it easy for their parents either. You know, their parents think that they're doing a service to them by buying them these packaged processed foods, and they're not, because they're touted as healthy. It's terrible.
All right, Coach, give us your reaction.
So, you know, it's almost like I don't even know where to start. It's just upsetting. It makes me mad, it makes me shaky, right? On so many levels. I'm mad, I'm upset, I'm sad. You know, a few take-home messages, or, you know, really just all the things I already felt. I really kind of backed him up, and I wish I hope this film becomes a mainstream movie, because it's going to take things like this that really change the culture and open people's eyes. You know, some of the big statistics in the movie, the big comparisons. One of the ones that really stood out to me was, well, you know, in the 1950s, all these studies came out about cigarettes, and, you know, how terrible they were for you, and how they killed you, and how it took 40 to 50 years before we finally switched our brains and our culture to start treating them as what they were, which were, you know, addictive, cancer-causing. You know, there were no good properties in them. But it took 40 to 50 years because, you know, for numerous reasons, but most of all because of money. So we still have that same darn problem today. You know, all of the big food industry companies, anytime they start to get challenged, you know, from Mayor Bloomberg's, you know, trying to pull back on the soda sizes, to, you know, to trying to pull back on our sugar usage, to changing our high fructose corn syrup, and, you know, how much corn, you know, we're using and allocating towards that. All these little things all comes down to money at the end of the day. So it's these super rich, you know, hey, don't get me wrong, all right? I want to be successful. There's nothing wrong with having aspirations of being successful, but it's the people that need to stay in the 0.00001% that are protecting their assets. They're protecting their assets in ways that you or I could never do. You know, and you, the people, just the normal people out there shopping in the grocery store, you're the ones that are getting hurt from it. You know, Carlos is the one getting hurt from it. Claudia's the one getting hurt from it. Carlos's daughter is the one getting hurt from it. I'm getting hurt from it. So until we open our eyes and everybody stands up and says, you know, hey, the school lunches are unacceptable. Until everybody says, hey, advertising towards children to eat absolutely nothing but crap, you know, turn the Cartoon Network on. See what type of commercials they're playing. Now, if you bought your kid nothing but the foods that are playing on the Cartoon Network all day, what do you think would happen to your kids? You know, so another thing that upsets me was that everybody says, hey, you know, it's all about personal responsibility. Well, you know, it's up to you, you know, to what you feed your kids. And, you know, if you're fat, then it's nobody's fault but your own. Well, that's not true. You know, in a perfect world, it would be, but it's not. That's kind of like the easy way out. There's Brady, I believe it was, the boy in the film. He had a very great analogy that I really liked, and I've used similar ones before, but it was so awesome that he picked this up at the age of, you know, he's an adolescent, 14 years old. At the age of 14, he was able to grasp this concept, which is, you know, if you took somebody who's addicted to food and you have all this, all this junk food in the house. You have chocolates, sweets, crackers, Cheez-Its, whatever, name it, just a pantry full of crap. And you're addicted to food. Well, then how do you tell that person to say, hey, well, just ignore it, don't eat it? Well, it's the same thing as if you take an alcoholic, and he said his comparison was to gin. So if you take an alcoholic and they're in their house at night and they have a case of gin sitting there, well, it's up to you and your personal responsibility. Don't eat it. So what we've done is we've created people that are addicted to food, and we send them signals all day long: eat food, eat food, eat food. From the advertising, you drive down from driving down the street to walking to the market square to turning on the TV to opening a magazine to being on the computer. Doesn't matter what you're doing, you are getting signals to eat junk food. And then we say, but don't eat it. It's your personal responsibility. Don't do it. And then you take kids in their school lunches and you say, okay, well, hey, we're busy, so try to make some smart choices today. But then you sell them Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, you name it, chocolate, and you say, hey, but go for the vegetables. And then you have a government that classifies pizza as a vegetable. But it's up to the kid to make a healthy decision, a healthy choice. So the idea of personal responsibility when it comes to food, it's gone. Maybe 40 years ago, but now it's not. 80% of the junk food, or 80% of the food in a grocery store is junk. And we're not educating people enough to know the difference between the two. So I'm fed up.